at home, enjoy the time we share, with a dash of this and a pinch of that, mixed all up with care. The best company and conversation, recipes and new creations. We're cooking up something good here at home. We are cooking up something good here at home.
Well, hello, family, and welcome to the kitchen today. The at-home kitchen is always open for you when you drop by, and we're always glad when the family comes. You know, I've been thinking a lot about the Word of God, particularly this whole year, 2012. I've heard a lot of preachers say that this is the year that we need to be meditating upon the Word, because God is speaking loud and clear. But if we don't stop and listen, we're going to miss it. We don't want to miss it, because He gives direction, He gives correction, He gives attention. And I think it's very important that we do that, because we want to be able to know that when the Lord speaks that we've heard. And you know, this is a book that we offered during fundraising at the beginning of this year. And it's a great book. It's a daily devotional, and I've read from it before. And you know, I really can't put this book down. And if you think you'd like to have a copy, I'm sure they're still available. It's $1 a day for the year, $366 to keep Christian television coming, or a one-time gift of $1,000, whichever you'd like to do. But it's a beautifully bound volume. It's leather. I mean, it's sewn. It's not a cheap, it's something you just want to hold on to. But let me read today's devotional. Keep your eyes on me. Waves of adversity are washing over you, and you feel tempted to give up. As your circumstances consume more and more of your attention, you are losing sight of me. Yet I am with you always, holding you by your right hand. I am fully aware of your situation, and I will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able to bear. Your gravest danger is worrying about tomorrow. If you try to carry tomorrow's burdens today, you will stagger under the load and eventually fall flat. You must discipline yourself to live within the boundaries of today. It is in the present moment that I walk close to you, helping you carry your burdens. Keep your focus on my presence in the present. Yet I am always with you, and you hold me by my right hand. Psalm 73:23. That's powerful words. Don't worry about tomorrow. God's already there. He's taking care of things. Just live today and keep your focus on the Lord. If you'd like to get this copy, there's an address at the bottom of the screen. It's just our Cornerstone television address. And if you would like to do that, you can drop that check in the mail, and we will be glad to send one to you. And every day of the year, even the leap year, it's all in here. And I know that it seems like every day when I use this in my devotions, there's something in there that I needed to hear for that day that I can hang on to for the rest of the day. You're going to want to have this, I know. Well, you're also going to want to have the recipes from today's program, because today it's called desserts. We have a pie, a cake, and a cookie. And we're going to get started with those recipes in just a moment. But first, here's today's at-home hint. We'll be right back. Here's today's at-home hint. Nuts, shelled or unshelled, keep best and longest when stored in the freezer. Unshelled nuts crack more easily when frozen, and nuts can be used directly from the freezer. Well, here we are in the kitchen. We're so glad Tammy's here with us, helping us out today, and we're making desserts. Your family like desserts?
Yes.
Who doesn't, huh? Really?
My kids think they have to have it with every meal.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, that used to be, but it is that way with all of us now. You're going to make a cookie. What's it called?
Fudge Puddles.
Fudge Puddles, okay. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's going to be a good recipe that has peanut butter and brown sugar.
Oh.
You just can't go wrong with peanut butter.
Right.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a half a cup of butter that was softened.
Okay.
And a half a cup of creamy peanut butter.
Okay. You know what? While you're doing that, I'm going to make a lemon streusel cake. And this needs to beat, a couple of ingredients needs to beat for a couple minutes, so I'm going to put them and let them beat, then she's going to tell us some more. I have a half a cup of butter that's going to go in to my mixing bowl. Okay, let's get this out. There we go. And let me see what else here. The cake mix. You want to buy a lemon boxed cake mix. You see down here, pudding in the mix. It has to have pudding in the mix. Imperative. It won't work with if you don't have pudding in the mix, okay? So we're just going to take this box. I already have it slit. And I'm just going to mix that with the butter that we just put in here. Okay, go ahead now and tell me what you're doing.
Okay, to the butter and the peanut butter, we're going to add a half of a cup of white sugar and half of a cup of brown sugar. We're going to cream
I like that combination, the white and the brown sugar. I think it's nice.
It's going to be really good. Then we just cream that all together.
Okay. Now what I'm doing here with this, these two ingredients are making like a topping or a basis. And I'm going to be just letting that butter incorporate into the cake mix. And this has to go, like I said, until it's crumbly. And we've also buttered and floured a 13x9 baking dish. That's important. Okay. Oh, that looks good. Looks like a big peanut butter cookie, doesn't it? Yum.
And then to this, we're going to add 1 egg and half a teaspoon of vanilla.
That's kind of the basis for most of cookies like that, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Mine's getting crumbly. Don't want it too fine because then that's not good, but you want it so that it's going to be crumbly. Okay, I think I'm going to shut this down because I think we're there. And I'm going to pull out about a cup of that because that's going to be the streusel topping on the top of this cake. Yummy, yummy. Go ahead.
Now for mine, I needed to take a cup and a fourth of flour, and then I'm going to add a 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda to it and a half a teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
We're just going to mix that up a little bit.
Okay. And I'm taking 1 cup, get a little bit more there, and just put it in a bowl because this is what you're going to save for the top. Maybe just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, and you set that aside. And then I'm going to add 3/4 cup of milk. And my 2 eggs that I just cracked. And that's going to be the basis for the cake. I love it when you can start out with something like a box cake and turn it into something totally different.
Easy to
absolutely.
throw it together. And
absolutely.
now to the rest of this, I'm going to add the dry mix.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and add the whole thing.
This is where I have to beat for 2 minutes on high. So we'll be doing sign language here. Boy, that's coming together nice, though. Now, you know, when you're baking stuff like this, it depends on what's going on in the weather. Because sometimes you'll get that and you'll use the exact same ingredients and it'll feel just right. That has to hold together and not be sticky and stick into your hands. If it's a wet, rainy day, you might have to add a little more flour. Just keep that in mind so you don't forget that. What do you think? Is that going to be stiff enough, or you think you need more flour?
I think I'm going to need to add a little bit more.
And you can see in here, I don't know if you can see, look how nice that's coming together. That's a beautiful batter just forming up on this. Now what we're going to do when we get done with that, I'm going to scrape that into my dish, and spread it out, and then I'm going to wipe my bowl out, and I'm going to add some other things for the cream cheese part of this. Oh boy, you don't want to miss this. And she's going to be doing hers, rolling hers into little balls, and they have to go into those mini muffin tins. That's important to have that. Oh yeah, that looks better, I can tell. When it sticks together like that, that's perfect. Perfect. And the nice thing about this, there's a filling in it, but you don't have to like put a thumb in there or anything to get that to work. because you don't put the hole in the center until they bake. When they're done baking, you bring them out and you put the hole in it. That's why they're called puddles. I love it. I love that.
It's a nice, easy recipe.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're ready here with this. Now, look at that batter. Is that a beautiful batter or what? It is. It really is. Very nice. I think
Arlene,
maybe.
are these a good size?
Yeah, about an inch. You don't want them too big.
Okay.
You don't want them too little, but you just want them a nice size.
Okay.
Now, when they bake, they don't get real brown on the top, but they do brown nicely. Laurie, I think maybe we're going to have these washed. So if you want to just come in and help us out. Trustee Laurie's always there to help us. And I'm just going to pour this right into this. Boy, is that a creamy batter. I love it. Yum. I love lemon. Such a clean, fresh taste.
That looks good.
This would be really nice because there's no icing on this. So this would be great to go on a picnic or just eat when you're hungry or just eat it or whatever.
Now we're
It
gonna
doesn't look like a whole lot, but it's enough.
Oh, and it will rise. And
Well, it's streusel too. There's a streusel topping that goes on. So thank you, Lori. Maybe you could give that thing a quick wipe too. God bless her. I'll tell you, what you see is only a part of what really goes on here. We have a lot of hands to make this happen. Thankful for everybody, right, Tam?
yes, definitely.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Just
These
get
smell
you.
so good.
I love, yeah, all that peanut butter. Wait till they start baking. It's like, oh, what else could I have? Let me get something else here. But what goes in there is chocolate, like a pudding goes in there and sets up. Whew, I'm telling you. Don't forget, you definitely want to spray or butter and flour the pan that this cake mix goes in, this dish. Okay? There we go. Well, while we're getting ready to do the streusel and Tammy to do the filling, we're going to take a break. We come back, a whole lot more. Don't you go away. Well, if you just joined us, you missed a couple of desserts we've already started. We have our puddles in the oven. That's right, puddles, that Tammy mixed up for us, the cookie part of it anyway. And I have my lemon streusel cake is in the oven baking. And that's going to, wait till you see that one, it's going to be good. Now you're going to make a key lime pie.
I'm excited about this.
Yes, she already has a 9-inch shell baked and cooled. Now she's going to make, what's the filling?
The filling is a can of condensed milk, a tablespoon of grated key lime rind, a half a cup key lime juice, a fourth of a teaspoon salt, and
Eggs.
2 slightly beaten large egg yolks, and save the whites for the meringue.
You want that, you want those egg whites, don't put them in the fridge. They have to be room temperature for them to beat up to make nice meringue. And that's what we have going over there slowly in that mixer because she's going to make her filling first, and then we're going to get with the rest of it. Now what I have done, because we made the puddles, now let me show you over here what the puddles look like.
Thank you.
Remember she made the little balls. This is what they look like. That's a peanut butter cookie. And when we brought them out, of course they didn't have the hole, but if you have a melon baller, it's this thing, you're going to take probably the widest end and you're going to drop it right in the top and push down on it and just twist it. Makes the nicest round hole that you ever wanted to see. Now what I'm making is the stuff, the chocolate that goes inside, all right? Now to this, I've made a double batch because I know we've made double batch cookies. So I'm going to add 2 cans of Eagle brand milk. And we also have 2 cups of milk chocolate chips. And we have 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. We've just put them over a double boiler to get them to melt slowly. Right? Stuff is so sticky, but it's so good. And honest, it's a base, look, it's a base for your pie. It's a base for this wonderful filling for our puddles. Just a good, nice to have these couple of these cans sitting around. It makes great rice pudding. Oh my. Really makes the best rice pudding.
This looks so
Paul's
nice.
mom.
Look at this.
Paul's mom is the one who taught me how to make it. Oh, it's like you want to slap your cheeks when you're eating it. Well, maybe not that bad, but it is good. Okay? And you don't have to cook this or anything. You just mix it in with it, which is great. Okay? And now, do you have to pour that into the pie shell? Do you bake it first before you do the meringue or not?
No, we pour this into after this thickens, we pour this into the pie shell.
Okay.
And then we put the meringue on top and then we bake it. At
Okay.
a 350-degree oven.
For
For 10 to 15 minutes.
I think it's higher than that. Is it 350 for the meringue, or is it a little bit higher?
It says 10 to 15 in preheated oven until meringue is slightly brown.
Okay. And the thing about that is you want to make that early in the day because that has to chill for 3 hours.
Yeah.
After you bring it out of the oven and it's cooled down. So you want to do that. Look at this. Oh, this is awesome. I'm telling you, what is not to like about this? Icing, pudding, whatever you want to call it. Yummy, yum it is. Yes. You want to just stir that in. I add a little bit of vanilla, as I said. Looks wonderful, doesn't it? Oh,
It does look good.
wow. Smell is incredible. Peanut butter and chocolate together. What could be better?
I love the colors in this because when you put the rind in it leaves
changes
the
it. Yeah, it does.
leaves the dark green
Sure
into
does.
it.
Okay, now I'm going to add these little disposable bags. Are great for stuff like this because we're going to load some chocolate right into that without trying to get it everywhere except in the bag. And there it is. Oh. Yes. Yes. Yummy, yummy. And you always want to turn down a little bit because you don't want that to be up on that edge where you're going to be holding it. So you turn it down. Oh, there they are. This is what I was talking about. She brought those out of the oven. And you know, if you just take the melon baller, show them how to do it. And you just press it in and twist it.
Until you get it.
Yeah, and then you let them sit for 5 minutes till they cool in that position. That's really important. Okay? Now, I've got my chocolate loaded, and we're going to start filling our puddles. You want to twist this down like this so it doesn't come out on your hands, and then twist this in, and then twist, twist, twist until it starts to get to the bottom. Hopefully you've cut a little hole in the bottom of that. And then you just start squirting it. I think I needed the hole a little bit bigger because it's going to take forever. I think so. Oh, thank you, Tim. We'll just cut it over there. Yeah, that ought to be better. Now we're going to try it again. Yeah.
Is that better? You want a little more?
Much better.
Okay.
And that's going to puddle in there because it is soft enough that as it cools, it's gonna just keep getting flatter and flatter. Now what you want to do, you can either put a pecan on there, a walnut, or I like these little sprinkles. I think they look so festive. There's your fudge puddle. I love it. I love it.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that nice? I think you need to turn that mixer up on your, so we can get those going. Yeah. Go ahead and you're going to add that sugar a little bit at a time. That's about 3 tablespoons or a little bit more. And when that filling is thick enough, she's going to pour it right into that shell, put her meringue on it, stick it in that oven, and let it brown. And then we're going to chill it down. When we come back, we're going to see what it looks like. We'll be back in just a minute. Here's how you can get all of today's recipes. I hope you've enjoyed today's program. We had such a good time doing desserts. And as you can see, we did a little buffet here just so you can see everything the way it should look when it's finished. And first of all, we have our fudge puddles. Are these cute or what? Look at that. Got the little sprinkles on top. It's got a lot of nice, delicious, not just, you can't just say it's icing. It's like a fudge, literally, in the middle of that and goes clear down into that cookie. And you get about almost 4 dozen out of every recipe. So that's something you want to do, okay? Next we have our lemon. Oh, Look at this cake. This is our lemon streusel cake. And I tell you what, I think this is a winner. It's got a cream cheese dollop in there that will make it nice and moist. It's got a crummy topping at the top. Look here. Isn't that beautiful? See down inside there? That's where the cream cheese is. Oh, delicious, okay? And then, of course, the cream of the crop, the key lime pie. We have 2 of them. This one's cold. That one has to, remember, they have to chill for 3 hours. So that one's not quite ready. This one's been chilling today. These are simple, easy-to-do recipes that you can do for if you're having family in, if you're having a party, if you're having just, how about the pastor? Invite him over for dinner on Sunday and make up one of these desserts. I know he would enjoy it. You know what else that pastor would enjoy? If you'd show up for church. I'm telling you, if you would be at church, it would make him feel so happy, and he would know that he's having an effect in your life and in your family's life. There's nothing like going to the house of the Lord. Keep your focus on the Lord. He'll never fail you. So, family, be sure to join us the next time, because it just wouldn't be the same without you here at home. We'll see you then.
Food provided by Jordan Banana Company, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Dravosburg, Pennsylvania.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.